Cheerful morning to all my dear loving students. I hope you are enjoying recording classes. Take it a little more seriously because next month you will be having your bi-monthly. Refer the textbook, as I always been telling you, read the textbook and read the textbook. So in the last class we discussed about what is chemistry and what is about science, and we discussed some aspects of ancient man. How did he evolve and how come in present generation we are using science and technology. So as a pure branch of science, we are entering to the chemistry. So today we are going to discuss about few topics on like what is alchemy in its contribution, who is an alchemist, origin of alchemy, okay, then goal of alchemy, that is what is philosopher's stone, and with an example. So in 8th century, before God, the present, we are studying about a pure branch of science, that is chemistry. Before this, in 8th century, that is in Egypt, and that is the country, but Egypt and China. First, it was originated, and that was known as alchemy. So this is the most ancient method of studying of what we study chemistry at present. Okay, so certain alchemist means the person who has mastered in this alchemy subject, they are known as alchemist. So to have a very clear explanation, chemistry itself, when it was originated in 8th century, that is in Egypt and China, was first given the subject name as alchemy. That is the most ancient and also which based on spiritual and scientific detections or the observation on experimentations. And that contributions was in innumerable fields like chemicals, metals, cosmetics, porcelains, and whatever the things we use which consist of the chemicals, it all included under alchemy. So that was the definition of the alchemy and its contributions in different sectors. So these alchemists, they want to find certain substances, both it should have the proof of spiritual and also the scientific, that is towards the nature and also towards the artificial, that is a preparation by the human beings. But even though they were not successful to give all these spiritual, that is a production of those chemicals, but they were successful to give many of the compositions to be added so that we can extract the new substance. I mean to say is, they were in search of that if we mix any two substance, we are going to get new substance. That is how alloy was also originated during ancient times. Now their efforts, their researches gave us some base to continue our present day chemistry. I'll give an example, right? So next, who is an alchemist? In those days, alchemist was a person who gives more importance towards the study of these chemicals or whatever available, the little slight chemical compositions or the substances, right? So before that, like as I told you, in that first, the alchemy was originated in Egypt and China, but in India, this alchemy or the informations which were given by the alchemist were taken for the medicine purpose, and that too in Ayurveda, in certain food items or herbs, which chemical is there and what exactly it does for particular disease. So in India it was just taken as a source or the base for the medicine, and that too pure Ayurveda. Next, what is this exactly origin of alchemy? So its origin comes from the Greek term known as chemia. Okay, chemia meaning transmuting metals. Transmuting metals. What does this transmuting metals means? Okay, to know the exact origin of alchemy. These alchemists, they did all the trial and error based on the experimentations and also spiritual discipline. Spiritual discipline in the sense, We know recently, I think you have come across this Swarna Prashana. What is this Swarna Prashana is? The gold in small amount is required for our body, and that they started. It's not that purity, but it's understood, and it is also scientifically proven that certain amount of gold, if it is there in our body, will be extraordinary. We are very good analytical thinkers. Our memory and your thinking skill will be more. This was the base what we have received from the ancient. So what did these people want to achieve through alchemy is, they want to give both experimentations also, the results, and also the spiritual discipline. So and so only this what the results are getting. Okay? And like the alchemy, it is derived from the Greek term chemia, okay, means transmuting metals. Okay. Next we'll discuss what is the goal of the alchemy. What is this alchemist or the branch alchemy? That's what we presently study, the chemistry. They have the goal to produce a philosopher's stone. Okay. The philosopher's stone. What is this exactly? Why did they give this philosopher's stone? And what exactly it comprises of is, it may be a liquid, it may be a wax, it may be a powder, according to them. Right? This philosopher's stone, according to the alchemist or the subject alchemy, it may be a liquid or wax or powder which is available in the nature. When they are mixed with iron or copper, it should give gold. This was their criteria, their basic structure. Okay? Whenever this philosopher's stone, it is also called as magical stone. I told you, these all the studies which they took step by step, they want to prove scientifically, and also the experimentation part. Experimentation and scientific discipline. But they were not completely successful with this methodology. Okay? As I told, some stone is there. They call as philosopher's stone or the magical stone, which is available in the nature. It may be a liquid, in the liquid form. It may be a wax, it may be a powder. But their criteria is, whenever they get the composition, they get mixed up with iron, which is abundant material. Okay? Iron. And also copper, they need to extract this gold. Why gold? Because this makes a person on the earth. Okay, this gold makes a person wealthier, healthy, and immortal. Okay, this was their results. These results they want to extract. Okay, but this they didn't completely success. They were not successful with this all criteria. But what they did is, to some extent, few were success, and that's what the composition, the alloy, what we are using now. Okay, that is a mixture of two metals to get one more different metal which has a resistance. And this technology only, that is why whatever the ancestors have worked, that is a base, that is the initial point for what all the success we are achieving today. Even though they failed to give this spiritual base, but they were successful in giving us experimentation results. For example, that is a pillar, the iron pillar near Qutub Minar, which is 7 meters high. Okay, it has iron resistance, that is resistance. It will not get corroded or rusted. It has rust resistance. Why? Because this methodology was used. They mixed iron with phosphorus. They mixed iron with phosphorus. And therefore, we know that whenever this iron is exposed to nature with air or water molecules, it gets rusted. it gets corroded, it undergoes oxidation. To speak in pure chemistry, it is oxidation process. What happens if you have observed the window drill, the metals which are there found in the windows, or any of the nail which is rusted, the reddish brown color, no, which is found on the surface. Just scratch it with the sharp edged things, you will be getting the powdery substance. What that exactly powdery substance is nothing but the rust. How it is formed? Take a nail, a very shining nail, new one, and just keep it near the window so that it has to be exposed to air and water. After 3 or 4 days continuously, when it comes under contact with water or oxygen, that this layer is formed. So what happens? The iron, it undergoes oxidation with oxygen and also the water molecules. Definitely for this grade 6, just remember, what is rust? It is an oxidation process when iron reacts with oxygen or water. Then in your higher classes you will come to know the reactions, how does it go, etc. Is it clear? Okay, let's come back here. I was explaining you about the pillar, the iron pillar which is found near the Qutub Minar, which is 7 meters tall. It has rust resistance. How it is rust resistance? What is the method they have used to make it as a rust resistance is, if you just construct everything in iron, definitely it will be exposed to oxygen and water. But what these people they did, they have taken this base of the mixture, they mixed here. Some of the components, that is a stone, they mixed with iron, something, they had the statistics. The same principle they applied here, the same formula. They did with phosphorus. And after constructions, now after many years also, if it is exposed to oxygen or water, it is as such. Okay, this is one thing we have to appreciate our ancestral alchemist. So what I mean to say here is, the chemistry, whatever we are dealing with, okay, whatever the present chemistry we are dealing with, whether it is irrespective of chemicals, metals, composition, alloys, drugs, then porcelains, paints, whatever it is, the shoe polish, the nail polish, whatever we are using, right? Of course it is a chemistry, it is a chemicals, but we have the base with the alchemist. So that is what, the thing is, these many things, if they would have not have given us, definitely we could have not taken a step forward what we are now. I mean to say is, the chemistry is a complete branch of science which deals with the chemicals, their composition, their experimentations, their physical properties and chemical properties. But alchemists, they have given the best to achieve something to the next forward. But even though they have not given a spiritual reason, but they have excellent with the experimentations and the observation. So dear students, today we discussed about what is alchemy, okay, that is, and its contributions. The person who studies about alchemy is alchemist. Then origin of alchemy, that is chemia in the Greek, which means transmuting metals. And also goal of alchemy, that is the philosopher's stone, the magical stone. Okay. At the last we discussed about the example of the Qutub Minar. So I hope this video will be very useful in knowing the basic of this chemistry. Definitely watch the video slowly, nearly 3 to 4 times. This is a very different topic. Meet you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.